So I think it's a journey. I think some of it comes to genes from our family. And, you know, my past, I started with a doctorate in pharmacy, worked in big drug companies, and probably am very much like a lot of you who's watching this. Fortune 500, comfortable job, lots of money, and was just a little antsy, you know, young impatience even perhaps, and just went through a number of changes and jumped ship. Literally just walked the other end. The thing that really made that happen was knowing that if anything happens, even if I completely fail and fall flat on my face, I can always go back and get a job. There's always jobs out there. So once I figured that out, everything became easy. Also, it was earlier in my life, no responsibilities, no family, no kids. It makes it easier, although I know a lot of startup entrepreneurs who have families and have done it with that as well. I was actually having this conversation with some friends the other day about the metamorphosis of a person into becoming an entrepreneur and doing different things, and also about corporate employees and executives and how change happens and how do you create leadership and innovation. I believe it's two things. It's breaking through fear and creating freedom. So freedom, I don't know if you were raised, or not you perhaps, Bill, but an Asian household, super uber conservative, it's the definition of no freedom. So leaving that and going into university was one change. And actually it's one of those life milestones, right? So that was one set of freedoms. Leaving university to get a job was a financial freedom, right? So openness. And then leaving career at a corporation and going to build something very much on my own with some friends and building companies, another set of freedom that is, I would say, even higher and greater than the previous two, that led to something. And I think kind of need some of that, create little freedoms within yourself as within a corporate structure. It's all mental. The fear issue was, I mean, honestly, shyest person sitting in the back of the room, very not cool, geek kind of thing. And, you know, following with each of these changes kind of opened up. And fear of heights, jumping out of a plane, fear of public speaking, just getting up there and doing it, even going as far as becoming a stand-up comedian for a little bit, right? So it's breaking through all these barriers, just trying it. I think as you try it, you realize you can do it, and then you try for more. And we're actually trying to launch a new initiative to kind of create women leaders utilizing these two platforms. I just jumped. So don't think, just do. Okay. You know, who cares? Actually, you have to have that attitude of a who cares attitude. You're not going to die, nothing bad's going to happen, so you get a little embarrassed, whatever. And honestly, guys, money is money. At some point, you're going to die. When you're 100, when you're 80, I don't know, you hit by a bus, you know, God forbid, but at some point, we're all going to end. And you want to make sure that your life on this planet was worthwhile, you did what you're supposed to, and you have no regrets. I'll tell you something, I spent a lot of time in a nursing home, just spending time with old people, talking to them, because they're lonely, okay? And I listened to them complain about their lives as it was about to end. You can learn a lot from a person as they end their lives. They just went through, I don't know, 100 years, 80 years. They're going to teach you something. You can listen to it or you cannot listen to it. You can learn all the same mistakes on your own if you like. They took away 3 things. And I live by these things, right? 1, they wished that they learned more, that they got more education, okay? They wished that they fell in love and married the right person. Like basically married who they loved and not for other reasons. And lastly, they wish they followed their dreams. So I'll tell you this, and this is talking to a lot of people having very similar responses. This is just me summarizing it. When you're about to die, you're going to think of these 3 things. Are you going to leave happy, or or not? You know, do you want to work 9 to 5 with no outcome for the sheer purpose of making money? And I understand everyone has responsibilities, but why are we here? And that's what I think about. I see myself 80 years old, sitting in a rocking chair, looking back at a life and having no regrets and feeling good about it and being happy about everything. And I'm at present in control of that. Years from now, I will not be in control of that because it would have been in the past. So seize the moment. It may be cliche, but many people don't do it. So I jumped off a cliff, doesn't mean you have to. And you know, I don't care about my fears. I have very few left. And again, baby steps. Pick, when presented with two paths, pick the one that's gonna make you happy. And choose based on happiness, not based on money, not based on anything else. Do what makes you happy. Because the last thing you want is to live an unhappy life. Bad things happen, divorce, you know, you quit your job, you're stuck, you're miserable, health issues, even, I mean, there's tons of studies on all this. Take baby steps. Maybe you're not gonna leave your job. Try to find something important. You do something with what you have to make impact. A lot of people can, they just choose not to. I can give you cite examples of industries that have completely not done that and are paying for it. Can you take the resource you have at the Fortune 500 you're working with and do more? Don't wait for someone to tell you. Take that impetus. Also, there are people who do things on the side. Yeah, you might work harder, work more hours, but that's one thing you have to do if you want to keep your job and then try something else. You may want to mentor someone. You may want to be on an advisory board or something. Take a step in a direction and then see. Making money with an endeavor is maybe hard for some. It's possible. You know, people come to my office all day looking for ways to generate revenue, make these transitions. I'm not saying it's easy for everyone, but if you want to do it, it's very possible. You just have to want it. That's the first step, actually.